Hello guys, this is the Creators Lodge and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. You are welcome to today's episode of smartphone design tutorials. Okay, so in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to design a beautiful and an amazing business flyer like this. All right, and I would urge you to stay to the end of this tutorial because I'm going to be showing you guys a new application I've not revealed in any of my tutorials. I've been working with this application for a while now, but I've not, introduced it on any of my tutorial, and I'll be doing that today. Okay, without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do for this design, I'm going to just make my canvas size to be a perfect square like this. All right, so and then the next thing, I'm going to bring in the images I'll be using for the tutorial. All right guys, so this is the first image I'm going to be bringing in. I'm going to share the resource file for this design, okay, but I'm not going to be sharing the removed background of the images. I've showed you guys in my previous tutorials how to remove backgrounds, so please watch the tutorials and see how to remove the background. I'm going to be sharing the images with the background, okay. All right guys, so this is the second image and I've imported the two images right now. Okay, so first thing I'm just going to do is to place this image here, and I would like to erase the photo room logo, all right, on this particular image. So I'm just going to erase this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and position I'm going to try and position these images. Now before I continue, I'm just going to create my my grid. Yeah, so I'm going to create my box and I have this. I'm just going to place this here. So the next thing we want to do is I'm going to create my shape. Now I'm just going to go to shapes, click on shapes, and I want this radius to be 13. All right, I want this radius to be 13. Don't worry, when we put a color on this shape, you're going to see how it looks like. So I'm going to make my grid this way. I'm just going to make this 13. Yeah, something like this. Let's see. Okay, if there's any other adjustment to make, we'll make that as we go on in the tutorial. Now for today's tutorial, I don't want to work with the original, which is the design that I've done, right? So I'm just going to move spontaneously. So we have this, yeah, we have this, and I'm just going to mark this way like this. Now I'm going to take it to back. I'm going to bring it to the back. Yeah, something like this. Now I want to pick my color. I just want to pick my color from the coat behind. All right, I want to pick my color from the coat behind. So I'm going to click on color. I'm going to enable color. Now you can see the shape, it's glaring now, and I'm going to click on this add icon. All right, I'm going to click on my eyedrop tool, and I'm going to pick my color from here. I'm going to pick my color from here like this, and I'm going to mark this and click OK. Now you see we have this color. Now you can see that the color of the shape is blending with the color of the coat. Okay, so we have this first shape here. I'm just going to make this relative position in this way, yeah, like that, and I'm going to lock the layer. Okay, I'm going to lock the layer. I'll still move this suit here like this. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to lock the layer. Now the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this shape again. All right, this same shape, I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to centralize it. Okay, so but I want to let's make the color white first, okay, because I want it to align with the original shape, yes, before we start working. So it's aligned now, so let's go back and pick the same color we used. Yes, so I'm going to take it to back again. All right, and I'm going to add texture into it. I want a texture to be inside of the shape, okay, but the texture is not going to be as visible as possible. It's just going to be cool inside of the shape. So let's add texture from my gallery. Alright guys, so this is the texture I want to add, okay, but this is the image I'm going to be using for my texture. But I'm going to reduce the ratio to 16:9, and I have something like this. Yeah, so I have something like this. Let me see. Yeah, let's use it this way, and I'm going to mark in the texture. Now it's not showing because we colored our shape, so I'm going to click on color and I'm going to disable the color. Now you can see the texture is visible, so I'm going to click on texture just to make sure there's no lapses and So I'm just going to add my scale. I'm going to make my scale about 115, and I'm going to leave it this way. I'm going to mark it. Now I'm going to reduce the opacity to about 8. All right, like I said, we don't want it to be that visible. We just want it to stay cool and calm. All right, so I'm going to mark this, opacity 7. I'm going to mark this, and yeah, the layers are locked, so we'll just continue. Now the next thing I want to do here, all right, is to color our background. Okay, and I'm going to pick in the color of our background from the suits. Okay, from this classic suit here. Okay, so I'm going to go to a background, click on color, and click on add button. I've picked the color here already. All right, but let me just show you how to do that. Click on add button, click on the color picker tool, pick the color from the suit anywhere you want to pick it from. All right, and just mark this and click OK. But this is too dark. All right, this is too dark, so let's pick something light again. Let's see if this, yeah, this is fair. All right, so this is the color, so I've picked this color like this. All right, so I'm just going to lock the layers, the layer of this suit, and lock this. Now the next thing we want to do for this background is I'm going to bring in a tailoring doodle. All right, a tailoring, kind of doodle image. Okay, so I'm just going to click on add from gallery. All right, guys, so this is the doodle I'll be using. So I'm going to click on 1:1. I'm going to click on this lock button so that I can be able to scale, manually. So I'm going to scale it this way and just mark this. Now I'm going to click on erase color. I want to erase the white. All right, I'm going to increase my tolerance a bit. I don't want the white to be that visible. Let's increase the tolerance to 70. I'm going to mark this, and then let's change the color. All right, let's use the color we pick from, the coats. All right, which is this color. Yes, this color here. So I'm going to mark it this way, and I'm going to increase the relative size to 100, 100, and take it to back, send it to back, and reduce the opacity to 3. I don't want the opacity to be too much on the design, so 3 is okay. So you can see that it's softly blended in the background. So I'm going to mark this and lock the layer, and that is all you'll be doing for the background. Can you see that it's simple but it's classic? It's simple but it's classic. We're keeping it simple, but we're making it unique and classic. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to start adding our text. So I'm going to click on text and edit the text. Now the first text we're going to be using here, I've copied the text, so I've just been imputing them. All right, so the first text we're going to be using here, yeah, so this is the text we're using, which is the names of the suits and all that. Remember I said I'm not going to be opening the original, so I'm just going to flow. Okay, so I'm going to pick white color, right? Or let's pick the color of the background. Yeah, let's pick the color of the background. It should do well. Yeah, awesome. So let's pick the color this way. I'll still need to move this, I'll still need to move this suit so that I can have a little space. Yeah, let's move it this way. Okay, so we've picked the color and we've picked the font. Let me see if I need to reduce this suit a bit like this. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah, so let me reduce the suit a little bit, and let's place this here like this a little bit. So let's change the fonts. The fonts I made use of is Montserrat fonts. You all should have the font by now, unless you are just joining my channel, because if you are a regular student of this channel, you will know that I don't joke with Montserrat fonts. I don't joke with Montserrat fonts. There are other fonts that are similar to Montserrat fonts that you would want to use for your projects. Fonts like Cool Vertical, Hell Vertical, Red Hearts, fonts like that. They are also cool and they're similar to the Montserrat font. But I love the Montserrat font, and that's why I usually make use of the Montserrat font. Okay, so once you have this, let's copy this again. All right, I made use of Montserrat regular. Okay, so let's copy this again, and all we'll just be putting here is the full stop. All right, and just going to increase the size of the full stop a little bit. Let's bring it here, so we'll be aligning the footstop, on each of the the names of the suits. Okay, so just going to do it this way, like this. Yeah, so let's increase the size a little. Okay, yeah, let's increase the size a little. So we've done something similar to this in my previous tutorials. If you have not watched that, you can check it out. All right, we've done something similar to this while we're designing the flyer, the photography flyer. All right, so you can check it out in my previous videos. Okay, so we are done with this. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to write the next text. Next text is for the call to action. This is what we call call to action. Call to action. So I'm going to click on color. So let me just make this color first. So I'm going to click on shape. All right, I'm going to click on shape like this, a normal shape, rectangle shape. I'm going to just increase the size of this shape this way, and I'm going to place the shape somewhere here like this. I'm going to mark this, and I'm going to change the color of the shape to the color we used for the background. Yeah, something like this. Okay, something like this. I'm going to use the color we used for the background. Yeah, and I'm going to just bring this up to front. I'm going to place it here. All right, so we have to reduce the size. Yeah, so I'm going to centralize this way. So let's see this. Let's see how it looks. The font is too big for me. The size is too big for me rather. So I'm going to reduce the size again. I'm going to place it here, and I can actually use black color for this. It depends on you, whatever color you want to use for this. Okay, so I'm just going to click on my style, this letter B. All right, I want to bold in just the phone number. So I'm going to click on bold. All right, and just mark this. All right, just bolding the phone number, and I'm just going to mark this. So I'm going to place it this way. All right, so you see we have this. So let's do the last thing. All right, so the last thing we want to do is at the top here, I'm going to copy this. All right, and we're going to write we specialize in. Okay, specialize in. So we're going to place it here. So I'm going to make use of my meter rule for this. Yeah, we specialize in. Now for this we specialize in, I made use of a different font. Also, if you have been following my tutorial for a while now, you will have the font, and it's this font, Lustre Master Light. All right, Lustre Master Light. So I'm going to make the links of the fonts available in this video description, so please do well to check the video description. Guys, some of the comments I get are questions that I've sorted out in the video already. So if you watch the video and you pay attention to it, there are some questions you will not ask because I've sorted it out already in the video. So sometimes when you ask those questions and I don't reply, the reason why I'm not replying is because I've sorted out the video. All right, so coming to reply again is like doing what I've done before. Okay, so we're going to write we specialize in. I'm just going to increase the size a little bit like this. Yeah, a little bit like this. I'm going to move it up a little. Now for this shape, okay, for this shape we'll have to work on this shape. Yeah, we'll have to edit this shape and reduce it. It's a little bit too big. Yeah, let's see. Let me centralize it and see. Okay, let's move this. I'm going to move the suits. Okay, I'm going to move the suits because I want to move the fonts. Let's move the suits this way and see. Let me bring down the fonts and see. Yeah, okay, so let's bring down the dots. Yeah, so we have this. Yes, so we have this. So we specialize in. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're also going to write the name of the brand, but I also want to add shadow and stroke to the shape behind, which is this first shape. All right, I want to add shadow and stroke So I'm going to click shadow. I'm going to enable shadow. Now you can see the shadow is automatically black color, but I'm going to change it to the color we picked from the background, from the the coats. Yes. So I'm going to increase the offset. I'm going to increase the offset like 10. I'm going to increase the off X also like 10 also, and the blur, let's see. Okay, there's no need to increase the blur. Let's leave the blur at 10. So I'm going to click on this add button in this color. I'm going to click on add, and I'm going to move this bottom one here. I'm going to move it this way. Now what I'm trying to do is to reduce the opacity of the shadow. I don't want it to be too thick. All right, so let's click OK. Now you can see the shadow looks soft on the background, but it's still not soft enough for me. So I'll still go back to my shadow, click on add, and I'll just move it here again. All right, yeah, so it's soft for me now. Yes, so I love this now. Okay, so I'll just leave it this way. Let me reduce the size of this call to action. Still looking a bit looking a bit big. Yes, so and also let me reduce the size of the shape. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we have this. So the last thing we'll be doing in Pixellab application, I'm going to copy this we specialize in, and I'm going to write the location, which is this. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to change the color to the color of the coat here, but I'm going to change the font to Montserrat. I want us to use Montserrat for the venue. All right, Montserrat regular, Montserrat medium. Yeah, Montserrat medium. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to reduce the size this way. Now you can decide to bolden just the Lagos. All right, you can decide to make the Lagos state bold. All right, it's just like trying to show hierarchy to tell people that this location is Lagos. So you can decide to bolden the Lagos like this. All right, so the last thing here is I'm going to, okay, we specialize. The we should be in capital letter, and let me see. Yeah, so let's leave it this way. Let me see this S in small letter. Yeah, so let's leave it this way. So I'm going to copy this, and we're going to write the name of the brand. Okay, so I'm going to write Maya's Fashion. Maya's Fashion. Okay, Maya's Fashion. So we have this. So I'm going to change the color to the color of the coat again, and I'm going to increase this size now. I'm going to increase this size now. Yeah, something like this. I'm going to centralize this. Yeah. Okay, yes. So I'm going to centralize this. Let me bring down the venue, the location. Yeah, and also reduce the size. So it's going to be somewhere here. Let me increase the Maya's Fashion. Yeah, something like this. So centralize this, bring it down a little, bring down the venue, the location, sorry, bring down the location also a little like this, but it shouldn't be too close to your quotes. It shouldn't be too close to this. Shouldn't be too close to this. So you need to be careful, all right, in bringing it down. So and the Y shouldn't be too close to the E. It shouldn't touch the E rather. All right, this Y of the Maya's Fashion shouldn't touch the letter E of the estate. All right, so you need to ensure that. Okay, so let me just give you the size of the Maya's Fashion. The size is 64, and for the location is 21. So Maya's Fashion, most Luster Master. All right, that's the font, and the location Montserrat. I'm going to make the fonts available. So I'm going to add stroke to the shape, the shape behind. I'm going to add stroke. All right, just add a little stroke like 2%, and the stroke color is going to be the color of the background, which is this color here that we picked. So like 2%. So can you see we have the stroke, we have everything set. So what we need to do now is to save this. You can save it as project. All right, save as project so that you can come back to work on it. And if you are done working on it, you save as image. All right, so I'm going to save this as image right now. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the light effect in the PICSART application, and after adding the light effect in the PICSART application, we are going to go to the next application, which I'll show you guys, to sharpen this image. All right, to sharpen this image. Okay, so we are done in Pixellab. Let's go to the PICSART application. All right, guys, so this is the PICSART application. So we're going to be adding two images, the light effect and also another background effect that we're going to be blending to this image. Alright, so these are the images we're going to be blending. I'm just going to reduce this first. Okay, I'm going to keep the light here first. We're going to blend this first. I'm going to increase this size. Okay, I'm going to increase this size, and we're going to change this to screen. I'm just adding this to give the design a kind of amazing look. Alright, nothing much. So once I click on blend and I click on screen, can you see this? I'm just going to go to the opacity. I'm going to reduce the opacity a little bit. You can leave the opacity to about 36, or you can reduce it to whatever size you want, or let me leave it to about 26. All right, so I have this, okay, just to blend it and make it look a little bit amazing. All right, so we're going to bring this here. All right, I'm going to start blending the light effect. Click on screen as usual. If you have been following my tutorial for a while now, you should have light effects already, because I use light effects mostly in my tutorials. So I'm going to place the first light effect here, and I'm going to duplicate again. I'm going to place the second one somewhere here. All right, in my previous tutorial I taught you all how to use light effect. I said the middle of the light shouldn't reflect on your design. It's going to look abnormal. All right, so always ensure that the white part of the light, which is the middle, is out of the design like this. Okay, so I'm going to copy one more time, and I'm just going to place the last copy somewhere here so that we can have this. Okay, so that we can have this. So we have this now, and we are good to go. So I'm going to mark this, and I'm just going to download, and we're going to take this design to the last application that I want to show you guys, which is the Lightroom application. Okay guys, you're welcome to the Lightroom application. So I'm just going to be showing you guys the function of the Lightroom application. Lightroom application performs many functions. All right, many functions. I'm just going to be showing you guys quickly. I want to sharpen this design in Lightroom. All right, so I'm just going to be showing you guys what I'll be doing. So but if you need a proper teaching on the Lightroom application, how to use it for many functions of which it can perform, below this video, in the video description, you are going to see a link to the course on smartphone photo editing. All right, in that course I spoke about how to use Lightroom and other different editing applications that I use for my designs. Okay, so there are many things to do in Lightroom application, but I'm not going to be touching that. I'm just going to be editing this image. Now I'm going to click on edit at the bottom of my screen. I'm going to click on edit. I don't want to work on light. I'm just going to click on color, and the only thing I want to do here, let me not work on color. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my color. Let me not work on color. I'm going to click on my effect. Now the function of the effect is I just want to sharpen the image, make the image look bright and more classic. So I'm going to increase the texture here to about 70, or let's see, about 64. I'm going to leave it at about 64, and I'm going to click on my grain. I'm going to increase my grain also to about 62. All right, but I'm not going to do more than 62, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to click on details, and I'm going to increase my details. All right, I'm going to increase my details to about 97. Now when you zoom in this design, you're going to see the before and the after of what you are doing. Now just hold your screen down. You're going to see the before, and leave your screen, you're going to see the after. So this is it. Okay, so that's for effects and details. That's what I want to do. And let's just click color. Let me just do something quickly. So I'll click on color at the top. You're going to see grading. I'm going to click on grading, and I'm just going to move the middle of this grading this way. I'm going to move the other one this way. I'm going to move the middle this way. There's a reason why I'm using this particular color. Like I said, if you need proper teaching on this, all right, there are many things you can do in this application. You find the link in the description where you can get the course. Now I'm going to click done, and once I click done, I'm done with this. Let's click on lights. Let's just add a little bit of exposure on this design, and let's add a bit of contrast. on this design, but not too much. All right, not too much contrast. All right, not too much contrast. I'm not adding highlights. Okay, I'm not adding highlights. So once you hold the screen down, you're going to see the before and you're going to see the after. All right, so once you are done, at the top of your screen there's a 3 dots. You click on the 3 dots and you click save copy to device, and it's going to save to your gallery. Now when you send this to your clients in HD format, it's going to look amazing. All right, it's going to look really amazing. And with this, you are done with this tutorial. Alright guys, so this is how I created this design using the Pixellab application, the PICSART application, and also the Lightroom application. So all the resource materials, I'm going to make them available in the Google Drive link, and I'm going to place the link be in this video description, all right, below this video. So check the video description. You're going to see the link to download the fonts and the files used. And also, if you care to get the course on smartphone photo editing, all right, comprises of Lightroom and other different applications that I use, you can go in the video description. You're going to see a link to get the course, and I assure you it's going to be a lovely one for you. All right, thank you very much for staying till the end of this tutorial. Please subscribe if you have not, and please like this video. All right, when you like this video, it helps the algorithm, it helps YouTube to recommend this video to other people that needs it. All right, and please drop a comment of this video, drop a comment, and stay tuned because I'll be dropping some tutorials in the coming days, and I want you guys to watch the tutorials. All right, thank you very much for staying. See you in my next tutorial.